Hello, and welcome to this dummies guide on the JVC HD GY111 camera. In this short video, I will be showing and explaining some of the main features of this camera, hopefully enabling you to better understand your own camera. We will start with the front of the camera and gradually work back. This is the lens system. It comes as standard with the purchase of the camera. Other lenses may be attached though. Here we have the manual focus ring. Turning this adjusts the focus distance of the lens. It has measurements in meters and feet to help you get the subject in focus. Next, we have the zoom ring. This enables you to manually zoom in and out of a subject, helping you to create the perfect composition. Further down, we have the aperture. This is labelled in f-stops. Adjust this to let more or less light into the camera. The lower the number, the brighter the image. Right at the back of the lens system is the macro focus. This enables you to adjust your focus so that things closer to the lens may become sharp. If not using this feature, please keep it on the default fixed position. Moving on to the camera, we now see the neutral density filters. Adding a filter lessens the light entering the camera without having to compromise any of your lens settings. To the top right of the frame we see the shutter dial. This can be used to vary the shutter speed of the camera, but remember the shutter speed should always be a multiple of your frames per second. So, when shooting at 25 fps, it is ideal to have a shutter speed of either 50 or 100. And to the bottom right we see the menu button. Holding this down enables you to navigate the camera's electrical settings with the shutter dial. Next we have the power switch and the record button. These are pretty self-explanatory, so I'll move on to the gain and white balance switches. The gain switch adds electrical grain to the picture. This is good for shooting in low lit conditions. The three settings are low, medium and high. Leave in the low position for normal shooting. Next to that is the white balance switches. Here you can choose whether to use preset white balances or to use the manual white balance. The A and B options are there for you to set two of your own white balances. Good for when moving back and forth between two locations. Above the record button are the dials for altering the volume from the microphones. Each dial refers to its own channel. Towards the back of the camera we have the vari-angle LCD monitor. This can be used to view what the camera is seeing as well as for playback at different angles. The buttons this side are mainly to do with the settings for the LCD, but the cam/VTR button puts the camera to and from playback mode, enabling you to see what you've just recorded. Here we have the playback buttons. These can be used to scrub through the tape to find a specific shot. On the right we have the eject slider for the mini DV tape. In this camera the tape is always loaded face down. To the left we see a few sliders and buttons, but the one that you want to watch out for is the full auto slider. When full auto is on, the camera works everything out for itself and stops you from being able to change anything. So for more control over the camera, keep it off. On the top of the camera we have the eyepiece, another record button, a focus assist button and the onboard mic. When the LCD monitor is closed, you are able to see through the eyepiece. I recommend using the eyepiece as much as possible as it saves battery and eliminates glare. Multiple record buttons are desirable as you are then able to reach one no matter how you hold the camera. Pressing focus assist turns the image you see black and white. Coloured lines are then displayed around what is in focus. This is helpful when you have a shallow depth of field. Even though the image you see is black and white, the camera still records in colour. Here we have the other side of the camera. The switches decide which mic is recorded and how. This JVC also offers phantom power under this setting, mic plus 48 volts. Remember to flick this switch off when removing the mic. This view shows us the two audio inputs. Both are XLR. Now, underneath the camera and next to the power switch we have this view. The zebra switch, when turned on, enables us to see what is overexposed by placing black and white moving lines over that area. As with focus assist, the image is recorded normally. To the right, we see the AWB or the Auto White Balance button. When the camera is zoomed in on a white image, holding this button tells the camera that what it is seeing is white. The colours change accordingly. And that about sums it up for this guide. So I hope this was helpful and that you understand a little more about your own camera. Thanks for watching.